Welcome to today's Research Business Daily Report for a look at what diminishing returns on Black Friday, along with blossoming business growth on Cyber Monday, means to research. Then today's RFL Client of the Year award for the Digital Day in the Life category. And finally, the important story that Nielsen admitted on Friday, working with major customers on a new marketing currency. RBDR is sponsored today and this week by 2020 Research, helping you do better research. The 4 giant shopping days around the recent Thanksgiving holiday made big sales news. First, Black Friday fizzled based on its former results, and Cyber Monday, a couple of days later, really took off. And ready to explain the research implications of this evolution is comScore Chairman Emeritus Gian Fulgoni. Gian, Cyber Monday made a tremendous leap in business this year, and Black Friday obviously tailed off a little bit. But what are the research implications of those things happening for manufacturers trying to optimize their sales this time of year that obviously involves both channels?
Yeah, well, the big challenge, if you will, is measuring the entire marketplace holistically, measuring both online and offline. And that today really doesn't exist. And I think as online becomes more and more important, it's providing a real measurement challenge.
Okay, so offline, you're talking specifically about Nielsen and IRI and NPD. And
right.
Online, who are you talking about? comScore?
Well, online comScore is really the only provider of, maybe there are a couple of startups also, but I think comScore is the main supplier of the online measurement.
Okay. And if you're a manufacturer and you're trying to get a grasp of the whole market so you can optimize, your holiday sales, you need both, as you point out. What portion of the offline and of the online business is available now to those manufacturers through the suppliers you just mentioned?
I think in the offline world, I think it's possible to measure using different suppliers the majority of the offline buy.
Okay.
If you go to the online world, though, it's the opposite. The majority of the online retailers, in terms of their dollar value, are not providing their data directly to the research suppliers.
What's the obstacle there? Why isn't that happening?
I suspect it's because if you are in a very strong position as a retailer in a particular market, you might be concluding that you're giving away more value and more information by providing your sales data than you're getting back. And I think that's the driver of the hesitancy to provide their data.
And that sounds like the Walmart situation like a half a dozen years ago.
That's probably a good analogy. There was a period of time there where Walmart decided, and they said that they thought they were giving away more information than they were getting back, and so they stopped providing their store scanner data, to Nielsen and IRI. So I think that at least to me, looking at the online world, that's probably the situation that some of the big pure play online retailers find themselves in.
Okay, and let's give the viewers an idea of how big a market we're talking about. So over the 4-day period from Black Friday through Cyber Monday, what percentage of the sales this year were offline versus online?
Well, that's the really interesting point here. During that 4-day window, offline, i.e. in-store sales reported by ShopperTrack, declined by 10%. During that same period of time, online sales, which represented about 25% of everything bought, were up 17%.
Our thanks to Jan, and we'll have even more insights from him on this subject on Tuesday's RBDR. On to RFL's Client of the Year award, this time in the Digital Day in the Life category. Nielsen Consumer Neuroscience informed us of the exploits of Yahoo Senior Director of Strategic Insights and Research, David Iudica. He has conducted several groundbreaking studies, including some on wearable biometric devices, point-of-view glasses, and passive mobile monitoring, intended to understand how consumers engage emotionally with media during their day. You can learn more details about Yahoo's work in this area, along with the accomplishments of our other clients of the year in our January 2015 Research Business Report. This is a must-read for researchers if you want to be in the know about successful implementation of some of the industry's most talked about new methodologies and technologies. Media Post editor-in-chief Joe Mandis broke a huge story on Friday reporting that Nielsen CEO Mitch Barns had told Wall Street analysts during Nielsen's Analyst Day that it has been, quote, operating behind the scenes with key players in the marketing industry to alter the industry's currency, end of quote. In response to a question from Pivotal Research Group analyst Brian Weiser about Barnes expecting any change in the currency that is used by market buyers and sellers, the Nielsen CEO said, quote, no, not yet. Obviously, that process is well underway, end of quote. Key marketers have convened as a group with Nielsen, according to Barnes, but he was not prepared to share anything beyond that, providing no information specifically about the nature of these discussions or even a timeline for an outcome. Needless to say, if you're one of the select insiders involved in these discussions, we'd love to hear from you, obviously on or off the record. That's your Research Business Daily Report. We've been sponsored by 2020 Research, helping you do better research. You know, it's been startling in recent years to see all the innovations that have gone on in the research field. But as we just mentioned, it's equally important to understand what works as opposed to what doesn't. So 2020 Research has been really making great inroads in that area and sharing it with clients and potential clients, like the spreading use of Qual-Quant, 6 globally usable research technologies, and facial coding. So if you'd like to be updated and stay updated on research innovations that actually work, check out the 2020research.com link that we have attached to today's RBDR report. We hope you have a great research day and that we'll see you back here tomorrow.